Greetings fellow tank commanders, in this video I'm going to be showing you two games I played in the Dragon Type 62. This is a Tier 7 Chinese Premium Light Tank with regular matchmaking. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Windstorm with Tier 7 as the top tier and no artillery. For this game my tank is equipped with coated optics, binoculars, and a vertical stabilizer. I am using a Chinese crew which has 6 crew skills and perks. And I am platooned up with Mixie 360, who is in a Leo, and Cowboy Arizona, who is in an SP Panzer 1C. I'm just starting off the game in a center location on the map to try and spot out enemies streaking on the 1-2 line, and get side shots as they advance. The purpose of showing these two games is to give an example of success when you're not having an amazing performance for the start of the game, and then the game starts developing very quickly, and you risk missing out on opportunities to have any sort of good game. Since the enemy didn't have a strong tank destroyer presence or artillery, this area of the map was working out a lot better for me than it usually does. So in the course of 1 minute here, the game has gone from an even 1-to-1 battle to a ridiculous 7-to-2. So when the game's falling apart this fast, you start panicking about not being able to get damage. Fortunately, with a light tank, I have a lot of tactical flexibility in the late game, and I'll take risks that I otherwise normally wouldn't. So here I'm just sitting in an open river, very exposed, and then lead the charge into an area that still has quite a few heavy tanks. And sometimes these maneuvers really backfire on me because the enemy will see the game falling apart as well, and I'm an easy light tank to take out then. But without taking the chances, you risk having just a mediocre game. I'm heading straight for a heavy tank that could possibly have a derp gun, but I have a terrain advantage here by going low down, since those Japanese heavy tanks can have a real hard time finding the proper gun depression. That shot didn't even come close to hitting, and the risk paid off. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game I earned 97,000 silver without any multipliers, and earned 12,404 experience with the 2x daily bonus, a 3x XP boost, and 250 from an op. I didn't actually want a 3x XP boost for this tank, but it was a good game to get it on. In this game I dealt 3,297 damage, assisted with 804 damage, and destroyed 4 enemies while blocking 135 damage. This earned me a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,929. I managed to hit 17 of my 21 shots and penetrate 16 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the engine, ammunition, and fuel tank in the LTG. destroyed the radio in a Tiger 1, damaged the ammunition in another Tiger 1, damaged the turret in the AMX 1375, and damaged the ammunition in the ONI. This second game is a standard battle on Pacific Island with Tier 8 as the top tier and no artillery. This is an older battle. I have the same equipment loadout though, and I'm using a Chinese crew which has 7 crew skills and perks. I've taken up a similar strategy to the last battle, positioning myself in the middle of the map, just trying to get early game spots and side shots on the enemies. Not a single spotted target hit yet, and only 2 damage hits. And the game situation does not look like it's going to be improving, so I'm going to have to think of some way to get active soon. I felt I had done a decent job at spotting this game but wasn't rewarded with a lot of spotted target hits. That's quite unfortunate. So as the game continued to progress in the enemy team's favor, I was keeping an eye on the tactical situation for an opportunity to get aggressive and try to salvage my performance in the battle with some late game damage. With the area on the right completely overwhelmed, I'm going to reposition left with my remaining teammates, and I'm looking to take advantage of some of the distracted brawlers. Since I was successful in not taking damage from my early game spotting, it gave me a great opportunity here in the late game to get up close with these tanks. It's always really beneficial if you're lucky enough to hold on to your hit points to the late game. I'm quite satisfied with my output in the late game here, especially considering a couple wrong decisions could have ended up in a very mediocre battle. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I earned 41,000 silver and 2,822 experience without any multipliers. In this game, I dealt 3,037 damage, assisted with 22 damage, and destroyed 3 enemies. This earned me a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,004. I managed to hit 21 of my 22 shots and penetrate 18 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the ammo rack in the Dragon, injured the gunner in the Sta 1, damaged the engine in the Type 58, and damaged the ammo rack in the Oni. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing those 2 games with the Dragon Type 62. I was able to successfully salvage those 2 battles by being a little more aggressive in the late game, when those 2 maps don't offer a lot of active light tank areas. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.